6. Going dark.
This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. Get a dot to your top like the letter I. That bitch be lowercase, all of my soldiers straight. If I tell them to shoot, then they gon' shoot, and they ain't even asking which soul to take. You see Noodle and crew, then you better move, cause your team, they're about to dissipate. Get round to your top, and to your bottom, your body resemble a number 8. Noodle, pass me the gun, I'ma shoot him too. Put rounds in his chest like a hula hoop. If Doodle gon' vote, then I'm voting too. We don't keep no imposters among us, dude. I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. Said I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up.
Hey everyone, welcome in. We got the SPQR tournament today. We got Decoy versus 1. Got Sir Tubbins joining me. Welcome in, Tubbins.
Yeah, good to be here. We're going to talk about how you just did that twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mike was muted. I actually did that intro once and realized it was muted. So yeah, we're here.
All right, good. Yeah, we should have a good match here. I think just waiting for the last couple of people to get in. But these guys, this should be a close game. I think on Proctor pretty even on Abby. Honestly, who knows, right? So it's kind of weird, different rules. And then there's a lot of the teams in the top league are kind of tying and not really getting wins. So it's kind of weird setup. You kind of got maps. I think a lot of teams aren't used to playing, and you show up, you just play 4 matches, and if you win 3-1, you get 3 points. If you tie 2-2, you get 1 point. Each team gets 1 point, and if you're on the losing side of that dynamic, you get 0 points. And it seems to be, and I don't believe there's even playoffs for this, so it's whoever kind of wins the season. But a lot of the in the top league, a lot of the teams are kind of, these are big matches. You got to try to win them. You know, I think a lot of people have been tying, they haven't been expecting it. So see how this one goes.
Yeah, it's been weird to watch and play in and stream. I don't know, man. It's a unique tournament. I'm not hating it.
No, the one thing I will say, I think with the amount of ties you're seeing, I would like to see that maybe they added another map. I think kind of showing up to play 4 matches is a little short, right? Like, I think some people, kind of go out of their way to play, especially if you're an NA guy or any of you guys on Sunday night. You're kind of, going out of your way. So just kind of show up and, especially if the maps are like quick, like if you're playing like a Mines or something and it's a quick match, you can be done in 30 minutes. And it'd be nice to see maybe add another map, but it's definitely different. There are also in this, I believe there's 2 TDs. And you're allowed to bring 2 TDs, and you're allowed to bring 1 Artie. And I do believe that they actually banned 2 light tanks, but I'm not positive on that. But either way, most teams are. But you might see some Artie. Maybe not so much on Proc, but you probably will see it on the next map.
Yeah, we got Proc, and then followed up after that, we got Abby. Some teams, I guess playing Artie's always kind of been a meta thing on that attack, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I've seen teams bring.
It's not a meta map.
I guess for that map, but I've seen both these teams in the past bring Artie on Proc. So I wouldn't be mad. I
Yeah,
like
that's
watching
true.
people nuke other people when I'm not playing in there.
I mean, I don't know. I think Artie on proc is pretty risky. You know.
I remember.
And
I don't think you were. I don't think you were here when this happened, but and I don't even remember what tournament it was, but right before World or World of Tanks console competitive started, there was a tournament. Might have been GTL, not sure what tournament it was. Maybe in the Wargaming tournament, but anyway, it was. We streamed a match. It was Chai versus one, and they were on proc. Both teams played Artie, and it was literally 10 minutes of watching Artie shoot static tanks. I mean, it was ridiculous. Nobody moved. Everybody was just getting shot by Artie. In fact, I think it came down to Artie versus like Artie and another tank. It was crazy.
I mean, I think both these teams are pretty typical going to bring light tanks. So I think they'll probably know that and probably shy away from the Artie if I had to guess.
Yeah. I'd assume.
You kind of spot proc unless you're really all getting it. If you're all stacked in front of the Artie, then they're just going to cap the base on the other side, right? You know, and if you're not stacked all in front of the Artie, they're just going to YOL the Artie. So I think we probably won't see Artie, but I mean, I've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the Artie playing competitive, but to each their own.
It's got its. I mean, it's got its place. I'm not an Artie advocate by any means. I'll be honest with you. I've had good friends of mine just stop playing this game with Artie. I almost stopped playing this Artie. I won't lie to you, but I don't think Artie's in as bad of a spot now. If I'm being honest with you, it seems to be a lot less. Also, if they kind of put it in these ops where people have to pick a class, I don't think a lot of people are going to pick Arties unless they're really Artie tryhards.
Yeah.
You kind of see less of it, so I don't think it's that bad. But
we do have an Artie pick,
oh
though.
my god, yeah.
I mean, that's what I was telling you. Like, I've seen these teams play them. I was more expecting one to do it just because I've seen them do it.
Yeah, I mean,
more than Decoy.
I kind of would too, right? I expect them, but I mean, if you look at Decoy's lineup so far, they do have a CS, a Bat, and a Light. They do have two Chieftains. They really don't have any slow tanks besides, you could maybe say the Toronto's kind of slow, but it's really not. So we'll see. I mean, you're going to be on a fly adjustment for them.
Yeah, it's a gamble regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 268 on a map like this can be really devastating with the AP every whatever it is, 12 seconds. I mean, don't quote me on it.
Yeah, I think it's like 12.5 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's low, and so we'll get right into the tanks here. On the side of one, we got a Chieftain, two Valors, two Badge Hats, a Tehran, and the infamous Artie 261. See how much he does. And on the side of Decoy, we got two Chieftains, IS7 Badge Hat, CS. T100 LT and a Tehran, so one bringing out the Artie. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really think they would. I kind of knew Decoy wouldn't, but I guess we will say. It looks like Desires are going right to the one. It looks like they're gonna put the Tehran on the one with the Artie. See, this is kind of the thing. Like, Decoy's coming, man.
Well, there already won't be firing AP. He doesn't have any loaded in his tank.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't have any AP.
That's kind of really interesting because you think on proc.
Decoy's coming in here. They're going to get him spotted.
Yeah, he's already spotted. See, even with this, like, he can't even. Whoa, they blind shot the light tank and almost hit him.
Yeah, I've seen that. But he is knocking stuff over, I mean.
Yeah, but you got nothing to counter this. This is kind of a weird setup for me, from one. Right, you kind of got your Bad Chats on the 6th line, or whatever line that is, and then you got the Artie spotted. Artie's going to take damage from the light tank. The light tank's just going in. He got tracked by Kaza.
Yeah. They're going to get this Artie out of here.
They should be able to get him. Bob should be able to get him. They do. Yeah, Artie played not working out for one right away. Koza's just dead. Even if he gets a big shot off, he does, but it's really,
he's dead, though.
It doesn't matter. Air somewhere out, reload him, they'll take him down. And this is already two tanks right out of the game. Also, you got the Valor over here, Chai Vagabond, however you say that. He's already half health.
Yeah, well, now
they're already behind him with the light tank.
Chai.
Bad Chat's going to reload, get behind him.
Now one's chieftain is just in trouble. He's just gonna get farmed. Same with the
Oh,
Valor.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna get farmed here.
These guys are dead meat. They got Super D just pumping in the side of this guy. He's trying to go in. He ain't even gonna make it in.
Yeah.
Gambit even hits a shot for good measure across the map. They're gonna try to come in on another IS-7. This guy's done. This guy's giving up. He's got his
Yeah, he
barrel
just
up
drove
in
to the
air.
top. Yeah.
He's getting shot even when he's dead. They're YOLOing Gambit. Oh, and they're even helping out Gambit not die.
Yeah, this one was kind of a mess from the start. One gambled with the Artie. Decoy wasn't having it. Went in, killed it, got the Terran. I mean, at that point, match was pretty well over.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. One just seemed kind of to bank on that Decoy was just gonna camp.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Like they didn't put anything to guard the Artie but a Tehran. Like I don't know in why you think that one guy is going to stop that, right? Like at least put something else there so they can shoot the light tank and stuff. Like, you know, Tehran missed his first big shot, right? But I mean, just not enough. But we'll go right down the sides here. On the side of Decoy, you got Super D and his chieftain, 3 kills, 2,600 damage. He was just pumping on miggers the whole time. Bob, who came down to one line, just free farming with the light tank batch, had 2 kills, 2,600 damage. Then you got Dips in the IS-7, who was actually next to Super D, 2,400 damage. Gambit and his chieftain, 1 kill, 2,300 damage. Papa Snowdog in a CS, 1,900 damage. Airstorm actually getting a kill and even handing out 1,800 damage. Pretty good game. And the Tehran from Decoy didn't even have to play. I don't even think he got to the battle.
Yeah.
He shot. He did. Maybe he just kind of missed. And then,
Over on
I'll give you. Yeah,
Yep.
that's all you.
Over on one side, you got Kaza at the top with the Terran, 860 damage. Alonzo in the bat chat was 725. Bam in the bat chat was 709. Club in the Valor with 453. Zonk, I don't have no idea how to say that name. I'm not even going to attempt to. In the Chieftain with 381. Sick Desires in the Artie, which did manage to get 200 damage. I think he got rammed, right? I didn't ever see him.
No, I don't think he got rammed.
But no, he did shoot twice. He must have just splashed. Okay, cool. And then Vag in the Valor was 0 damage. So
yeah, I mean, you didn't have a guy on the side
round.
of one. They didn't even break 900 damage.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, they kind of got ate apart there with the play. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a gamble with Artie. You just kind of got to go for your strat and hope the team, doesn't counter it. Honestly,
Yeah,
I was surprised to see him not have any AP loaded. Like, I don't know. I know the meta's changed a little bit with the way Artie's played and yada 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 with Artie 2.0, but in my opinion, with Artie 2.0, it just made AP that more desirable, right? Especially
I
think 261.
I'm not an Artie master, but I will say that, like, you play to what you think you're going to be playing against. Chieftains are very, very weak to that. Shells coming down on top of them, right? You got a big engine deck in the back. Earth's got no arm on the front. You could even probably pen the upper plate when they're coming in. So yeah, a little odd to see that, but I would say it's more odd to see that you take Artie and don't protect it at all.
This is true. Yep, that is true.
It doesn't matter what the guy's got loaded if you shoot it twice. Like, there's no saving the game if you shoot twice. Like, you're trying to play a long game with Artie, I would assume, unless you're trying to deke out the other team and play 6-7. But viable strats on. I don't know. Like, bad chats on the 6 line. I think they just really banked, hey, Decoy usually plays a slower game, and they do. That, hey, we're gonna bring Artie. They're not gonna come down. They're not gonna do what they did. Maybe Gambit's feeling spicy today. They didn't see that one coming, but that was a slaughter. Now, to be fair, we got slaughtered on our Abby defense yesterday. So
yeah,
it happens, man. It happens.
Yep.
It's a little. I will say I feel like it's a little bit rougher to take it in the first game. It kind of you really want to kind of set the tone, or even if it's a loss, you kind of want it to be close, right? But like, nobody breaking 1,000 damage, you don't see very, very often. But here, we'll go right into the next game on Proc here. On the side of Decoy, 2 Chieftains, IS-7 Bat Chat, 2 CSs, and a Tehran. 2 CS is a little interesting. And on the side of one, we got 3 Chieftains, IS-4, Bat Chat, T100, LT, and Tehran. You don't see an IS-4 a lot on Proc, but I'll be honest with you, I think the IS-4 is probably it's a good tank, man.
It really is. It is.
Good tank. But I will say, like, on this, I think the IS4 is the tank because of the heat and the pen and obviously the armor. And I don't know on proc if that heat pin kind of comes into this, but I will say if they're going to maybe stick him down, maybe they feel like CSs or a YOLOing bad or something will have a harder time killing an IS4 than an IS7. But, so, tit for tat, tomatoes. As they are pushing dip into the bowl with 2 CSs. They don't want him to take it. He's already spotted. Oh, bounces. Oh,
He bounced
this guy
all
just
of it.
bounced. Oh, wow. I hate to say it, that's 2 Chiefs and Zen and Tehran. Right, that's not.
It's not good. Somebody should have pinned that.
Well, he just bounced probably 1,800 damage. I'm not going to go on his tank and see, but that's at least 1,800 damage. And then if the light tank shoot him, he bounced 2 guy, right?
Oh.
2,100 damage, but you gotta.
Sick Desires also got outspotted by the baddie trying to get up in the bush too. Had to fall back.
Yeah, it might have been because maybe after a shot. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did shoot, but that's you gotta make those count. I'm not saying it's an easy shot or anything, but you got him spotted. He's coming, and you're not able to punish that. That's not ideal. Like you gotta hope the Tehran hits, right? And then if the Tehran doesn't hit, at least both Chieftain hit, right? But
we got CSs from Decoy making a play over on the 0 line. We'll see how long they sit here and fill this out.
yeah, I assume they'll probably stay there a little bit. They got just Super D covering. Super D's blind shooting A6, but he obviously doesn't know that there's nobody there. It's kind of interesting having nobody there, but they got a Tehran, 2 Chieftains on the one. See, this is what I would have think that they would have did last match when they brought Artie. Put 2 Chieftains in Tehran kind of in front of him, maybe, right? Make it so if you want to come down there, or a light tank on the one. So like the 4 tanks they're using now to guard the one is what I figured they would use. Guard the one last time, right? Light tank. Stack it up, right? Leave your heavies. Or if they get yelled, you're able to farm. Let them spot. We'll see how this goes. We pretty much just got a standoff here. Typical. It's interesting to see, one kind of put a batch head at A0 right from the rip instead of A6, but kind of a little bit different ways of playing proc. I think proc really just comes down to identifying what's coming. Like if you're playing defense like this, like you just gotta identify what's coming, right, and be able to cover those, cover that gap in time. And if you do, you usually win, and if you don't, you usually lose. So we'll say they're gonna force Decoy to make a play. Oh,
some punish coming in back there.
Extended on the ridge. See, this. I hate to say it, but like, your light tank should not be losing a spotting battle to a bad chat, right? Like this Chieftain just got 8 alive, and the light tank is not, like Decoy doesn't have a light tank, so how are you losing it? How are you losing a spotting battle on the one line, right? Now Desires is kind of in no man's land, to be honest with you. I think he's going to try to get back to the one line, but I think Decoy is, they're taking the win and they're leaving. Alright. They finally pinned dips.
Yeah, I mean, they got some big pins in back there. I mean, they got a Chieftain down to half health.
Yeah, but I think what I kind of like about this rotation is that I think that, like, you see where Desires went. I don't think one is going to be like, hey, they're not there anymore. Right, because if you notice, the one Chieftain was kind of blindsided. So I kind of think that this was really smart for them to do that as fast as they can, because one still thinks they're there, right? They're gonna tie up this light tank. The light tank's getting outspotted by an IS7. Well, not outspotted, but just spotting each other. And I don't think one is going to be as prepared for this, right? Because if they're coming down, the
Decoy's making a push on 0.
Yeah, it's like if they're doing what they're doing now, you really want the Tehran to be at A6, right? But they're not moving the bat. So like, one not having the Tehran on A6 is big damage he's missing. He's coming now. I don't know if he gets there in time. That's 1, 2, 3. He's got to go 6 grids on proc. I don't know.
No, I don't think he gets there in time.
No. They're bringing, okay, CS takes 1 shot, then the IS4 takes a shot in return from there. So that's a good pin from Airstorm. That's a good trade if you're going to push into spots and you trade. It's kind of interesting to see Decoy stop here, right? Maybe they don't know the bad chat's up there, but like them stopping here is allowing Kaza to get in position. And
Well,
I have a feeling, you know.
they also made the push a little early, probably. They're still waiting on their Terran to get up.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's what I liked about the push. I would like to see him go right away. Now, to be honest with you, like Kaza's missed some big shots so far in this series. I don't think that's gonna stay, right? I mean, I think he's a good player, so you know, him missing that IS-7 and him missing that light tank, I got eventually maybe his gun's gonna get singing, or maybe just having one of those days, you know. The Tehran could be iffy like that, you know. Sometimes it shines, and you know, when you're shooting, you know, a shell that does 1,000 damage, it's rough when it doesn't go in. What is Alonso doing? He's
Looks
gonna
like
get
he's just
Tehran.
gonna YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He ate it.
Yeah, like you gotta know that like the bad chat's gonna be with the Tehran. That's how they got the one line. That's kind of bad communication. You gotta see that coming. Right now he's just in the water on reload. They're farming this IS-4. IS-4 holding up, not so much. They have like 3 little kind of different angles on this guy. Now he's kind of looking at him, but I don't think the Tehran's gonna have a shot up there on the IS-4. But I honestly just don't think it matters.
Nah.
Oh, there's a track. Airstorm should be able to get him. Airstorm might take a big one. Yeah,
He did.
does.
He ate it.
Yeah. All right. They did see kind of. I don't know if Airstorm had to make that play just yet, but Airstorm is going to go down. But at this point in the game, I don't think that's a big deal. He probably could have been a little bit more patient, but I could see being here. Kaza eats one that backs him off. He's going to maybe try to go underneath the bridge and try to get a shot. He's kind of got to. And Gambit's going to freeform Kaza. He's got to. Kaza's got to make a shot here. He's got to stop to make a shot. Maybe he can't. Nah. He's just going to get farmed by Gambit. Now on the other side, if I have no idea what's going on this other side, but apparently it's been a massacre and they're coming in for Gambit.
Yeah, one made a counter push, which is the right play for what's going on, and I mean they've really won this pretty quickly.
Yeah, would have been quicker. You know, Dips would have taken more damage in the beginning. So
For
I
sure.
wonder if that's what's going to come back to haunt him. I would have actually liked to see Gambit just go over the ridge there. Looks like Papa Snowdog is he just got eaten up too.
Yeah, they really lost a lot of health on this push.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Decoy doing all that, I didn't even notice the other side of the map, and I kind of figured Decoy kind of had this one, but kind of brought it back. Now the only problem now that Decoy is that one, they're down a tank, right? They're not necessarily. They're only down, you know, whatever it is, 800 HP, but you're gonna have to put a guy onto cap, and that means you really only got 2 tanks kind of fighting 4. We'll say this is still very, very winnable. You know, a Tehran shot eliminates
This light
2 of the
tank
chieftains.
is getting outspotted by the baddie again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this light tank.
Yeah, I mean, baddie's really good when it's stationary, but I mean,
No, there's
I
gotta.
really feel like he doesn't have this.
Does he not have a commander?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Doesn't seem right.
I mean, I've played a light tank enough to know that really shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be getting outspotted. Like, you're not losing your camo on the move. Regardless.
I mean, they was able to get some punish into Bob, so it wasn't like it was for free. But yeah,
No,
it's
I
kind of
mean, this
unfortunate.
is tough. Like, the Tehran is either going, like, they gotta hope that you know, Vagabond really makes a bad poke and lets the Tehran kill him and brings us to 3v3, right? He shouldn't be going first, so now they kind of realize, yeah, don't let him go first. They could have just used the tracks where he says, oh, he just kills him anyway. They did get
Bob
one
got the guy in the
chieftain.
middle.
This Tehran's got to hit Vagabond and kill him.
He did.
Oh, and he does. And he does. Hey, this is... Oh, Tehran?
This is close.
Yep, we got a 2v2. Chieftain's got health. Now, realistically, what the Chieftain should have done is, one, ate that shot so that guy didn't, and then went and killed him. But realistically, they didn't have to do any of this because of the clock. They could have just overpoked the tracks, reset them. Fine. 20 seconds on the clock. They're not going to be able to find the light tank, even if he gets unspotted or not. Yeah, that's probably right tank. Probably doesn't have vents.
Yeah. Which he's talking about the beginning, so.
Yeah, I know, but he'll see it again. It will be relevant, you know, still.
Yeah, I mean, one's going to take the victory here. They were on defense. Decoy just didn't get to Just didn't get it done fast enough. I don't know, man. That counter push to one dip was pretty well,
Yeah, it's
done
kind of
perfectly.
surprising because
Yeah.
Dips and Super D were full health, right?
Yeah,
And
but
I really didn't see that coming, but then you'll kind of see on the score sheet, I think, why that went so bad.
yeah, one
But
came in and pinned a lot of shots.
on the side of Decoy here, we got Papa Snowdog 2 kills, 3,100 damage in a CS. It's a good game. The Tehran, 1 kill, 2,600 damage. Gamma Age Chieftain, just shy of 2K, and then you got Bob and his batch at 2 kills, 1,900 damage. So I actually feel like all those guys did their job. Maybe you want to see maybe one more shot from the Tron. Then you got Super D, who probably got jumped, 1,500 damage, and you got Airstorm and the CS, who kind of I think got a little bit overzealous over there, but still they were able to clear out that whole side with those tanks. So tell you what do you want. Now this is kind of interesting to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how Dips was in that bowl and did 0 damage. Like even if you get jumped there, you're going to have the opportunity to at least pin twice. I would say in an IS-7. Maybe he got ammo racked or something. I'm not.
That's what I was sitting
Sure.
here thinking. I wasn't watching when they jumped dips. Maybe he got his top popped. I didn't look. But that's definitely why, one was able to capitalize on that side so easily. I mean, he got an I-7 with 0, but I don't know what happened.
They run down the side of one's all you.
Yep, we
Before
got
get stuck
Bam
on
over here in the
screen.
top with the Chieftain, 4 kills, 34-56. Pretty good game out of that guy. We got Kaz and the Terran with 27-12. We got Vag and the Chieftain with 24-14. Sick Desires in the T100 LT with 1470. Vermin Lord in the IS-4 with 1277. Alonzo in the Bat Chat with 1 kill, 931. And Zonk and the Chieftain with 796. So GG's to 1. They picked up the victory on that. So we got, 1-1 for each side, which I guess has been something that's happening quite often in this tournament.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Abby's kind of a wild card. I don't know if anybody. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't think this is very good.
It's not a good comp map. Well, I don't know if I want to say it's not a good comp. It's not a regular comp map. Nobody really ever plays this map. A lot of people complain about this map.
Oh, people hate change.
Yeah, I mean it is a weird map. I'll give everybody the credit there. It's definitely not your typical comp map.
Well, we'll see what they bring. Double VZs out of 1, triple VZs out of 1. I really like those VZs.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they make them work, do what you do, I guess.
Expecting to see the star maybe go post up on the one over there. We'll see. See how Decoy plays. They're bringing a Starve and an E4. They're going quick. They're picking quick.
Yeah, and no Artie out of 1.
Ironically enough, I would say that the Artie probably would be better on Abby attack than it would on Rock attack, and then doesn't look like they're bringing an Artie unless something changes. But it's Artie usually the Artie player.
The plan may have been to do that, but that proc round may have just knocked it completely out of their system.
Yeah, he might have sold it.
Yeah, he could have. I would have if I was him.
Might have sold those. We'll see. But very, very heavy out of 1 for an attack. They just have 1 bat, no light tank, and 3 VZs, 2 chieftains. And I have a kind of got to be going somewhere. Right now, I would say reading by Decoy's lineup, it looks like Decoy's going to be split on the most defensive are, so they're able to get to him. This could be interesting.
I mean, not necessarily. I know a lot of teams have been playing.
The Type 5 can only be on one side, so unless they're all kind of with him, he's not getting to the other side of the fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true for the Type, but
the E4 is not getting to both sides on Abby. Like I play the E4, like you don't have a turret, or like you're not fast.
Yeah, but that right side cap, I know teams have been defending it, but you really don't need to. That thing is just
you can just
open.
defend it from F2 pretty easily if you can spot it. We'll get right into the action here. On the side of 1, 3 VZs, 2 Chieftains, Batch at E4. And on the side of Decoy, we got a VZ, Chieftain, Type 5 Heavy IS, 7 CS, Starve, and E4. Got to pick seven different tanks to make my life a little bit difficult, but
Yep,
That's
yep.
all right, Gambit. I'll remember that one. I'm interested to see how Decoy kind of sets up here. Yeah, looks like they're gonna put the Type over here, the Chieftain over here, the IS-7 over here, and the VZ over here.
Yeah,
That'd
they're
be
going
interesting to
really
see
heavy down here.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna bank on this stir. I think they're gonna climb up the CS, and I think they're gonna put the E4 in the stir to kind of cover this, and they're gonna bank that those three can just watch that flank, right? But this is the kind of thing like the E4 being in low ground or being up here, wherever he decides to go, he is way out of this fight over here, right? And vice versa for the Type 5, like. Even though the Type 5's kind of holding that corner like he is, he's still got to turn that whole thing around.
Well,
And
they're
drive
blind firing
across
for
the
the
open
stir.
gap. Oh yeah! Wow.
The whole team's
Wow!
blind
Look at
firing for
this.
him. Yeah.
That's like Star Wars, man.
That cracked me up.
Now they didn't get any damage on him. I will say I really thought one kind of missing those shots in the beginning of last round was going to hurt him. But it didn't seem. I think that just scared Papa Snowdog into not really wanting to poke this again.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, the targeting system also kind of brings, I think, a little bit of advantage to blind fires now, because before, like, you don't know if somebody's really, looking at you, but, now if he's playing that stir and he hears, targeting thing, he kind of knows. One is just going to straight send these heavies, it looks like, down this way. And, I would say, I hate to say it, I think they would have had, I don't know, I honestly don't know. If they would have had a better chance on the other side, pushing the other side, or pushing this side. It's kind of weird to say, because, like, I think that CS is going to be a big problem for them. I don't see how they're going to get up there with any of those tanks, but then again, I don't know the clock. This E4 is going to have big-time coverage by the time they get to them. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with this one.
Yeah,
Probably should just stop trying to predict it and just let it play out.
That's why I like.
They're all turning around now. Yeah, they're all turning around. Okay.
Yeah, they thought about it, huh?
Yeah, I think if they're gonna send these 6 heavies, I don't know.
Well,
I guess it would depend if they went the other way. If the batch, I think the bat chat in the middle of one is gonna play a major role. He's going to have to do a lot of damage to the tanks that cross when the YOLO comes, because I'm assuming one's going to YOLO, right? So
yeah, but I mean now the problem.
Have a choice here.
Now the problem comes, they've wasted 3 minutes. It's going to take them another minute to get, down the 8 line. We're gonna be tight on time when they finally get there. So I mean, a YOLO kind of has to happen.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think time's an issue.
I don't know.
I mean, all decoys, tanks are in one grid, and the thing is, if you kill these 4, you're not going to be able to spot the cap. The CS will have to come down or force them to play, so I think they got plenty of time. Oh, Airstorm spotted right away. That lets them know where Airstorm is. I mean, the one thing about this map is that, them having a cross into Gambit, they're going to eat a VZ and a Type. I think a lot's going to depend on if the Type really pins, right? If the Type rolls for like 600 and they just blow up Gambit, even if they eat 16, if the VZ even pins both shots, I don't think that's that big of a deal. They did leave a Chieftain in the middle, and they pulled up the bad chat to spot. I would have actually rather them kept the bad chat in the middle. I'm being honest, but he is spotting Gambit. But I mean,
ironically, spoke about it at the beginning of the match, but if one had played their Artie on this round. Decoy set up to just get punished by it.
Yeah, but does Decoy set up the same way if they bring Artie?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah, Gambit pinning the shots.
Gambit was hard on me yesterday in the stream, so Gambit, it's your time to shine, man. This is your MVP moment right here, Gambit.
He's pinning them. Here it comes. 6 Desires is dead. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, no, he is.
We got our eyes on you, Gambit. Double
Super
VZ
D came
is
down.
what it is.
Super D's got coverage. That was pretty quick for the VZs they click down. They are on reload. Bam can't get up there. Oh, they're pushing in with the Type 5 and the VZ. Alonso's going to eat it.
I like this play, though. They were
I
getting
don't.
clipped by Batty. They were getting clipped by
I don't.
Batty. Chieftain, well, Chieftain's still farming.
No, because they had the E4 in the bag, and that batch had actually made a really
Oh yeah, I
smart
forgot
play
about
by
the
covering.
E4.
Yeah, but the batch had made a really good play and got that whole clip in, and they weren't going to be able to get Super D. They didn't know how to deal with Super
Oh,
D.
we got a
They thought
fire.
they could climb that thing. Yeah, that's a big pin by Super D. But they didn't know how to climb that thing. They didn't know what to do with Super D, and I think Decoy got a little overzealous there. So, you know, they kind of went for it. It's better sometimes to make a decision than not. But in hindsight, I don't think that was the right play. Venom Lord's coming in with Z4. Having a batch hat at the end of this match and a tank advantage is pretty big. Like, Super D is super hard to dig out of here, man.
Yeah, but he
that's a
didn't
good
have
pin.
any cover. I really thought Snowdog would have
Yeah.
had cover on him, but he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He would have had to move. That's why I was kind of surprised. But the bat did rotate back to the middle. But I think, I think Airstorm and Dips thought, hey, they're not going to turn around to look. They think they can get up the hill. And, that was true. The problem was that everybody else shot them. I think they just kind of forgot, maybe didn't count the tanks, didn't realize the E4 was there in the bat chat left. Snowdog's just eating it.
Yeah, he really is.
Wow, the bat chat even been. They're double stacking the cap. Now I guess the E4 doesn't really have time to move, but they could, if they were able to get the E4 to move somewhere, maybe a little bit more to his left. I guess you have to go around at the bottom time, but this is looking a little grim for Decoy here. Bob's gonna get spotted by the Chieftain there too.
Yeah, he's got to work on the Chieftain.
E4 just
He
hit the
can't get
tracks
resets.
of the Chieftain. That's unfortunate for him. That's a tough peak right there for Bob.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
That'd
round
be
for
all she
one there. I
said.
mean, yeah, when Decoy sent their two types over, I think I made the same mistake they did. I forgot the E4 was down that line, which they didn't. They probably didn't know, right? But they were getting farmed in the butt pretty hard. But yeah, the E4 definitely was there.
Yeah, a batch check clip E4, and then he had a Chieftain there. Just wasn't the play.
That's why I don't like that side.
Well, I think one made the correct decision. They kind of read
For
the
sure.
one. They went to one side, they went to the other one. But on the side of Decoy, you got Super D and his Chieftain 1 kill, 1950. Airstorm and his VZ 1 kill, 1250. Dips in his Type 5, 1150. Gambit in his IS-7, the first guy went to go kill, put out 1,000. Sturv really kind of on the other side of the map, 750, and then you got Bob in his CS, other side of the map, 400 had to come down. You got the E4 0 damage. Would have liked to see maybe more of the E4, but I mean, kind of was out of the fight on the side of ones all you.
Yep. Over here we got Vag in the VZ with 1 kill, 34-53. Very good game there. We got Zonk in the Chieftain with 1 kill, 23-16. We got Bam in the Chieftain with 2 kills, 20-88. Kaz in the Bat Chat with 1986. Vermin Lord in the E4 with 1 kill, 1084. Alonzo in the VZ with 896, and Sick Desires in the VZ with 434.
This is a big match now. I think, you want to try to get a point out of this, and I think on the other flip side of this is that everybody kind of on the top, you want to deny them points, right? If you're Decoy, you don't really want one to get those points because then you're leaving it up to somebody else to try to stop them.
Yeah, I mean, Gambit really needs to take, I say Gambit, but Decoy really needs to take a victory here to tie this out, to finish it up. Because that's the way SPQR works for the people in chat that don't, that aren't aware with the rules. It's 2 maps. That's all they play. So, they really kind of need to take this side up to keep I guess really just the goal is to keep one from getting the points for the victory, right?
Well, you also want to at least get a point to yourself. Well.
Because I think that's how it works. I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure if a team goes 3-1, right, they take extra points for like a overall, right?
Yeah, I believe it's 3 points to series winner and 1 point for a tie. So, but like I said, everybody kind of at the top there's been a lot of ties and a lot of kind of weird matches. So all these top teams kind of playing each other. There's a lot of top teams in this league kind of playing each other. Is that
Actually,
one kind of gets ahead, and there's no playoffs. I don't believe either. So
I guess while they're picking tanks, I'll pull up their website. I'm sure there's rankings on here to show us who
But I think we're only in. I think this is the third week. But I mean,
Let's see.
there's been a lot. You know,
So
there's been a lot
currently,
of time.
before this match, it was Decoy in first place, one in second place.
Oh well, that's gonna change.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, Decoy had a 2-point lead, so
Yeah. So if they tie, then they're even.
well, uh, one was actually tied for second with Ligre. I think that's how you say their name, and Immortals.
Liger. I think it's Liger.
Liger, Ligre. But yeah, they were tied for second with Immortals, points wise.
Well, we got nothing yesterday, so
Yeah.
we'll go back to the bottom of the basement. But you know, I think a lot of the top level teams are pretty even around here, so the
For sure.
ties are gonna happen. That these like this one match on Abby's is pretty crucial, even though it's in the beginning of the season. I keep saying no playoffs, but it's weird, like when you're kind of playing a season with no playoffs, it's really not like playing a season. It's kind of like playing playoffs the whole time, in a sense.
Yeah, victories are definitely necessary.
Yep. Okay, so on the side of Decoy here, we have, I just brought the guy's gamer card. I don't even know what that was. All right. Side of Decoy here, we got a Chieftain 2 Type 5 Heavies, 2 IS7 CSE4, and then on the side of one, we got 2 VZs, Chieftain IS4, Batchat 2 E4s. Kind of interesting, no Artie. No Artie out of Decoy here.
I mean, I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about it either, but I would say that
See,
I think they're
the way one's setting up their defense is something that, I mean, I just feel like it's a stronger defense. I don't really think you have to support the B side as heavily as
well, you just got to
did.
be able to spot it, right? Like we
Yeah.
found that out yesterday. But I will say that I think one thing that's been hurting Decoy today, I don't think they're getting enough damage out of the back guy in the TD.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be opposed if they kind of swap that out for an Artie here. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that's a valid point, yeah. Decoy is
Well, to
going to
be
come
fair,
down
I
the
haven't
8
been
line.
watching him with a microscope. It's not like I'm on his tank. I don't know what shots he's taking. I don't know what positions he does. All that plays in. It's tough. Sample size of only a few games is cannot always tell the true tale.
Decoy does have to push in a 2 E4s. I mean, that's never the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, but it's still only 2 tanks. Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I really think the defense setup is nice here.
I think they need a. I would like to see one have another tank kind of on this 8-9 line. I think that's a lot of pressure. Even if the E4 is pinned, they're still going to go down, and to get through 2 Type 5 heavies that are coming there, you have to shoot them a number of times, and that's going to be crucial if one E4 bounces. Right? It's just gonna not enough. Don't get me wrong, the E4 is completely broken in a sense. I would say, best heavy tank in the game. Most people say, but either
Dips
way,
is about to be spotted here. Probably going to eat it here, and did.
Oh, and he does. He does.
He was able to get.
Kind of interesting.
Oh, nice punish back.
Yeah, I mean that for a Type 5 is, I would even say, maybe the trade is slightly in favor of the Type 5, but a pretty even trade. Right, like the E4 has 800 less health. Usually, not all E4s are going to run the angle armament perk. Like you could see by Dips's roll, he probably had the perk on. Right, so.
BZs from one are making a. Golly,
this guy, Sick Desires, is just permanently spotted and terrified of poking that now.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't.
Well, the other thing is the kind of way that these E4s are set up here, like butt to butt over here, right? They're just now they're just rubbing into each other butt to butt. But the thing is that That other E4 has got to turn all the way around to shoot. There's really just one E4 they're going into, but
Oh, this play one's
one kind
making
of like they
crazy.
did on Proc. They're trying to go into the middle. It looks like Kaza took some damage here. So we're going to have another fight where it happens on both sides. We're not going to be able to cover it all. E4 tries to shoot the middle.
Yeah,
they're going to go for him now.
This is
They're
good.
gonna
This is
go
a
for
good
him
play
now.
from one here.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, if they win this, it just completely cuts Decoy strat out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They're just in. Oh, they just pumped their storm back to the next game.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to get Super D
all
out.
by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they did on Proc. And this
I mean,
really
Decoy's
good.
making their play.
Super D's battling against 3 tanks and massive reloads, but
yeah, I mean, he's pumping here.
yeah, but eventually, pump's gonna end. Yeah, I think in hindsight, you know, you probably wanted Decoy to maybe guard the middle of one more tank, right? They probably didn't need all these guys to push this one line, but that's the one thing about the types. It's not like the types can just rotate and come back, right? E4s can't just rotate and come back.
Yeah, but now one has angles, man. I mean, they just completely cut that corner off.
Yeah. They're all trapped here, essentially. No dogs even won, right? Health is pretty even. They're actually winning on health, Decoy, and they're winning on tanks. But Gambit's just giving that back right there. Dips is bouncing shots, about to give it back. They gotta find a way to get this IS-4 out, I guess, is their play. But they're just getting pounded. Now, I believe everybody on one again is on reload. Like, those are 3 autoloads. Like, they're just going on massive reload. That is a big kill. It is a 5v3. They're actually down health in a 5v3 by 800, and a lot of these tanks can be one shot. You know, like wow, Dips is just bouncing shots.
Yeah.
Like, the E4 can be killed by a VZ. The Type 5 can be killed by a VZ. The IS-7 can be killed by a VZ. And the Type and the
if they lose Kaz
IS-7.
here, this could be big for Decoy, but he did get Bob spotted.
Yeah, but I don't think he's at an angle where he can be shot.
No, but he's gonna be lighting people, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think they're gonna be able to kill him. Oh, Gambit's gonna have to go for it. Gambit, you gotta go for it, I think. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's a big miss.
Gambit should be safe for mid. Well,
No.
He's definitely not.
No, he's definitely not.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I kind of said he kind of just needed to go for it there.
Yeah,
right? That was his only chance. I don't know if he would have been able to if he would have hit the bat and then maybe went down, he would have been able to reload and hand it out. But that's unfortunate right there.
Yeah, I mean, when I seen one rotate into that mid, I knew, you know, that was a good play. I mean, for them to do that, you know, that was really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's a correct play. They're I will say one is very, very quick. Like, if you push aside, they're coming the other side. Like, they definitely don't hesitate, you know, doing that. So definitely a strength to how they play. I don't know. They're still up a tank, but I think Gambit going down there really, really hurt him. If he was,
I mean, once they get Snow Dog over here, they might be able to start applying some pressure. I mean, it's going to be tough,
running
man.
out of time. It's kind of thing like when you attack, you know, the thing is, like, even though they're up a tank, one of these tanks is going to have to go on cap and really, in a sense, become not able to do damage most of the time on the cap, right? So you really, even though you're up a tank, you're going to end up not being up a tank, right? Because there's no way they're going to get, you know, 2 Type 5s and E4 to be able to get up in there. And the clock's ticking.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Snow Dog maybe have a little more health for this play, but man, it's honestly their only play.
I mean, even if he was full health, 2 VZs with that much health is not an easy task anyway. Snow Dog's just trying to proxy that ridge. I don't even know if he's even close enough to proxy that ridge.
He will,
or
if the
he's
VZ
trying to
comes
set
from
a
the
trap
top.
for the bat chat. But the bat chat's actually going to go, most likely just go on the other
He's
side
gonna
of the
spot
house.
this. He's gonna spot this VZ.
I don't think he is.
Hey, he might be right. He is kind of far out, huh?
Nah. I think he's trying to set a trap for the bat tip. The bat trap's gonna stay right there on the other side of the houses, and he's not gonna spot him either. This E4's got camel guard perks though. Oh, now he doesn't. I guess I jinxed him. Snow Dog, you gotta move, man. Like, you see where they're shooting from. Like, this guy in E4 should be telling him, I just got shot by a bat. He just shot back to back. He's right in front of you. Go spot him. Like, go spot him. He's apparently this is just not gonna happen here.
Yeah.
Oh, they spotted him now.
Okay, good hit.
Oh, big shot. Big shot. They're bouncing off this E4. This E4's got guard armor, man. That's one thing about the VZ, you know, that 306 APCR pin, that hatch of that E4 being buffed, because the E4 definitely needed a buff, you know. Is now they're stacking the cap.
Oh man,
No,
this is
Snow
close.
Dog. Snow Dog's kind of running away. They can't shoot you, Snow Dog. You just get the free
They
farm.
didn't get the
in their
reset.
way.
They didn't get the reset.
Oh, and they get it.
Oh wow, that was well played. I think Snow Dog was a little slow with the baddie, but hey, we're not in the party. We don't know what's going on, right? I mean, maybe that's what they were going for.
Man, it worked. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the ones that are wrong. I mean, it's kind of weird. I kind of felt like, hey, you know, I don't feel like they're getting enough damage out of the back of the guy playing the TD, and then he's just a massive MVP who can't be pinned in 3 kills.
I know,
Kills
right?
3 people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should stop talking like that then. Huh? But either way, that's the point. So Decoy was able to tie this up, counter the series, deny one of the points, get a point for themselves. So that was a big match right there. And on the side of Decoy, you got E4 was able to do 3 kills, 3,000 damage. Super Dean, his chieftain, was all by himself, really kind of airstorm, got popped out, 1,900 damage. Gambit in his IS-7, 1 kill, 1,900 damage. Bob in his Type 5, 1,800 damage. Dips in his Type 5, 1,800 damage. Snow Dog in his IS-7, 1 kill, 1,400 damage. And then Airstorm in his CS was only able to get 2 pins up there before he went down, 750. So everybody kind of did something. I know Airstorm went down a little bit early, but pretty solid team effort and staying with the play there from Decoy.
Yeah.
Side of one's all you.
I mean, one made a good rotation in the mid, got that, kind of cut it off, but Decoy made a really good counter rotation to their rotation, brought Snow Dog back to the middle, which definitely helped them win that match. So GG's to them. We got over on one side, Alonzo at the top in the VZ with 1 kill, 28.99. We got Cause in the bad chat with 2 kills, 23.96. Sick Desires in the E4 with 23.68. Vagabond in the VZ with 23.62. Zonk in the IS4 with 21.06. Vermin Lord in the E4 with 15.82. And Bam and his Chieftain with 11.12. So good damage spread out of that. I mean, that was a close match. I mean, that was a really close match.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see Decoy coming back in that one.
I mean,
Didn't see it happen, but good games. I mean, I would say besides really good matches. I think the second proc was really good. Those Abbeys were really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, all 4 games I thought were pretty well.
The first
proc was a little rough.
Good.
Yeah, the first proc was a little rough for one there with that Artie, but you know the other 3 matches were pretty good, pretty close. So good stream, good games. Congrats, I guess to both teams. I think. It's weird saying that.
Yeah,
but I guess that'll keep Decoy in the first position, I believe. I'm not real sure.
Well,
about
it depends
that.
on what I don't know who's still got left to play, but either way, it's gonna be close up there. And like I said, like in this league with only the 4 maps, you've seen a lot of these ties between the top teams. That that's one that one definitely wants to try to take home.
Well, they'll get a new set of maps for next week, and chat. We'll try to pick up some of those. We end our heavy action tonight. It's going to be the Calamity Tournament Championships. League 1. It's going to be Immortals versus Decoy. That's tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. I believe Tank Killer is streaming that, so maybe the mods can give that guy a shout out. If you don't follow the guy, follow him. Be ready for that to be live. I think 9 p.m. Eastern. He'll be picking that up tonight, so that'll be a good game. And then next week we'll try to pick up some of these EU matches. There's quite a bit of them, and they're really good. I mean, a lot of these teams are pretty even. I think we'll pick up a few of those. So we'll pop a schedule out. We'll see what happens.
Good.
Yeah. EU's got some
you get a
good
lot
stuff
of,
going on.
like even Decoy, like Decoy's a full, really NA team, and the NA people have a little bit easier time playing EU, opposed to vice versa.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, so we'll pick up some of those. We'll pop a schedule out for y'all once we get some matches picked out. But yeah, Sevens, really appreciate you hanging out. It was another good round of games.
Always looking forward to it.
Yep, chat. We're gonna raid y'all out to somebody as soon as this delay catches up. We'll send y'all over to somebody playing some tanks. Make sure y'all give them some love and some attention, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Hey, Noodle, let me take him out. Like a ticking time bomb, we about to blow. And I wipe out the ops like an obstacle. Line them all up like dominoes. Then we watch them all fall like Geronimo. Brain like tanks cause we on a roll. And we got more rounds in a pot of gold. Catch more shells than Galapagos.